Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about how to get triple 100 stats right now very easily due to the prismatic class, but also as well to do with what armors you can use and how to get high rolled armors. And it's actually easier than you think it might be. So if you don't know, any kind of echo engrams that you can get, I've already spent a whole bunch of mine because I've been trying to get this done and get 100 triple stats. You can decode these at failsafe for armor pieces. Now, ignore the class item because you're not going to waste your engrams on that. But any one of these can be rolled at high levels to be able to get all your stats the way you want them. All right, ignore my stats over there on the right. This is my PvP build. I just tried trying out something funny and different. I tried to get as much stats in as many things as I tried. We're going to show triple hundreds in a second. But to get these high rolled armors, you need to have a mod on your ghost. You need to have it equipped for whatever source you choose to get your armors from. So the thing is how Destiny works. Whenever you get an armor drop and you've got one of these mods on, you will get that stat improved massively. So let's just say we've got discipline armor on, so I get a drop with 20 plus discipline. Then the game will choose from the top 3 stats: mobility, resilience and recovery, and it will act as a secondary stat to the armorer mod that you have. So if you choose discipline, one of these will roll really high also, or a nice split between 2 of them. This means that if you want to get resilience, recovery, discipline, your best bet is to choose discipline armorer, because then you have 2 out of 3 chances to get a high roll on a stat that you want, resilience or recovery. If you were to choose resilience mod, you will get that as a 20 plus buff occasionally, but then it will choose your secondary stat as either discipline, intellect or strength. Now if you want specifically discipline, you only have a 1 out of 3 chance to get that as your secondary stat. Tell you what, it's a good thing we've got ornaments, isn't it? Because otherwise you'd have the same looking armor all the way through. Now if I go into my vault, you can see that I have quite a few different rolls. Now I've kept some of the ones with like an equal roll because we're going to use dim in a little while to build, and sometimes it allows you to find extra little stats that you might need. But as you can see, for some of them I got very high discipline with resilience and mobility. I don't really want that, but I kept it just in case it adds to my builds. I want resilience and recovery. If I look at this one, it was quite a good roll. I got 20 discipline, 16 recovery, 12 resilience. I would have liked that to be switched on the recovery and resilience, but it's a cool roll as well. You want to be looking for high-end 60s as well, 65, 66, 67, 68. I've just been keeping things just to try and make things work, because when I deleted my characters and everything, I lost everything, and that means that I needed to go and farm new things. So for instance here for my hunter class, this is a really good roll except for the recovery. If I want to build into resilience and discipline, I have got a 23 and a 22 roll. Then my other armors can make up the 3rd stat, so I could get a high piece recovery of like 36 recovery, which will make up for that. So all of these together will be able to get you your triple hundreds. Here you can see another piece from my Titan with 26 resilience, 28 discipline. So then all I need to do is again find the recovery ones. So if I really wanted to, I can open engrams with the recovery mod and hope to get like a big boost of recovery there to add to these sorts of armors to build up to those triple hundreds. So for instance, this chest piece, yeah, it's a different class, but it gives me 26 recovery and 28 discipline. So that's going to boost my discipline up closer to the hundreds, but also make up for that lost recovery on my other pieces. Now the biggest problem for me is that I don't have any exotics. I've been collecting them since I came back to the final shape because I deleted everything years ago. So I'm trying to catch up and get good rolled exotics, which that's why I'm struggling behind. But if you have all of your things saved up from previous years, all you gotta do is find the best ones and max them out with the materials, hopefully, that you have. So now we are going to look at my healing build for my warlock. So as you can see over here, the stats that I have right now, this was one I made way back when. I have 100 resilience, 86 discipline, not much recovery, and everything else is kind of split. This is not the ideal role for what I want, but it is basically just what I use for general day-to-day stuff. So I don't need to have triple hundreds, but it would be nice. So now we're going to go and look at how to do that on dim. Right, so here we are on dim. Now I've just, my whole vault and everything's a complete mess. I've got to go through and figure things out. But if you go up here to the top left and go to loadouts, and then you go to loadout optimizer, This will really help you narrow down those stats. Now, I've taken resilience, recovery, and discipline and moved them to the top because they are the most important. So if I press 10, 10, and it gives me an 8. So I need to get 3 10s here. That's where prismatic comes in. So if I go down to the bottom down here and select my exotic, which is the speaker's helmet, obviously that's what we want. I can't even get 10 10 and whatever on there. I can, however, get like a 10 9 8, and it will show me up here everything that I need to equip and level up and what mods I need to equip. So I'll need basically resilience on all of these armor pieces, and with the artifice section I will be able to add in an extra 3 recovery for like each of these, and if I level up my exotic as well, it shows me everything I need to equip. However, because of prismatic right now, you can create a subclass down here on the left, and that will allow you to add stats in, which makes it easy to get 100. So if we go in here, you can see that I basically have my setup for my healing grenade, but over here there are things that I don't need, at least to try and get 100 on each of the 3 stats. So I don't need the facet of hope. While you have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly. This is helpful to get my Phoenix dive back, but I have the speaker sight healing turret, so I don't need the healing, so I can get rid of that, and I can go over and pick something like the facet of sacrifice, which, while you have an arc soul or avoid buff, ability final blows grant bonus darkness transcendence energy. I don't even know if I can achieve that with this build, but it gives me a nice 10 discipline boost. Here as well, you can see that I've got minus 10 strength for facet of dawn. This actually helps me with the facet of sacrifice, but if I didn't want that, I can remove it and get my strength up, but I'm not looking for a strength build, so I can keep that, it's fine. Then the facet of blessing. Melee final blows start health regeneration. I don't need that because I've got the speaker sight, so I can get rid of that, and then I can go and put on something like the... So then I can go and put on something like the facet of defiance, which is plus 10 recovery. And then if I go to apply, you should see now that I can have 10 10 9. So all I need to do is make up 10 discipline. So if we go back into the subclass, I can take away something that I don't want. So the facet of ruin increases size and damage. I don't need that mobility. And I can put on the facet of awakening. Rapidly defeating targets will, and all that stuff will give you an elemental thing. This build is solely for healing, so I don't care about what I have. It does add pretty important stats on though. So now I have more resilience than I need. If I go now 10 10 10 with all of this equipped onto it, I can apply that to my class and we will see it in the game. So I am now on dim. I can press equip and it will bring everything over that I need to make up all the armors and stuff, and it will equip them all. Now, as you can see, the stats aren't fully there right now because sometimes for some reason all these things don't go on properly, like why is there a mobility on here? So I have to now look at dim and figure out what I need to equip. So for instance, I need to change this to resilience and this to recovery to get my stats up a little bit. This needs to be changed to recovery. Boom. I'm sure there's a way you can make it add on the mods as well. I just haven't really been looking at it. And now you can see I'm close to those 100s. Now with my exotic helmet, because I did make it an artifice version, I can add 3 recovery there and have the resilience mod. And now I'm getting closer and closer. I got 101, 98, 99. So I just need to make up a couple of stats, which is me maxing out the Wormguard gauntlets. This will give me all the stats that I need when it's fully masterworked. So that to me is pretty goddamn cool. Boom. I need some more ascendant shards. Now I have 100s. It's really that simple. Now obviously this isn't always going to work with the build you want to make with prismatic, but if you just wanted to see what 100s look like on your character, you can get it. I also have 61 intellect, which is insane. So I am very excited to test out these things. Now I will say, if you're going to do this with any kind of build, just aim for 2 100s, because truly really that's all you need. But this is the easiest way for you to get 100s. So with my resistance, my recovery, my discipline, getting that grenade back, healing myself, I'm basically invincible. And then I'm working towards my intellect and I'm getting my super very often. I can also build up my transcendence quite easily as well. This is just a ridiculous build, partly because of my stats, partly because of the build. But it's definitely worth looking into. And that's the video. Very easy way to get 100s and how to make a build around those 100s, because it's not always going to be that easy. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.